The common hope of many during this period is probably seeing the arrival of the end of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the virus was discovered and spreading fast at the beginning of 2020. It has started to affect the whole world from one sector to another. And when the virus started spreading in our country, it affected every aspect of our lives. Now that the vaccines are entering the scene, we are seeing different reactions. Yet, it is the same, be it for people who think the vaccines will help or those who think otherwise. We all want to see the end of the pandemic, and we eagerly wait for its arrival. Now, this sentiment actually helps us to understand a very important portion of the Bible. So, with such anticipation, we will read Romans chapter 8, verse 23. Romans 8:23. And not only that, but also we ourselves, having the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groaned within ourselves, waiting eagerly for our adoption as sons and daughters, the redemption of our body. This is how Paul describes the experience of the children of God, the inner state of the children of God. By God's grace, we have been redeemed in Christ Jesus and we are adopted into the family of God, which is why we can cry out to God, Abba, Father. But ultimately, we know that things are not done yet. There are still more. And the very reason we know this is because we are still living in this body. Because of this, we constantly live in the tension between our body and our spirit. We are caught between that. As children of God, we know this tension very well. And because of this, Paul says that we groan within ourselves. Now, why do we groan within ourselves? Because we live in this body that has weakness. Yes, we are redeemed, but we are still living in a sinful world. Evil still takes place everywhere around us. And even as children of God, we have to submit ourselves to the leading of the Spirit of God daily as we experience the tension between the body and the spirit. That is why we wait eagerly for the day we experience the redemption of our body. That's why we groan, because we live in a reality of weakness. Just like we hope for a life without COVID-19, we want to go out there and meet people, have fun, but the fact now is that the virus is still rampaging out there, and we are vulnerable to this virus. That's the feeling. We are looking forward to our entrance into the full glory of God. But the fact now is that we are not there yet. We still live in this body with weakness. So we groan and we ask, when will this come to an end? And as we groan, we also wait eagerly for the redemption of our body. Now, dear brothers and sisters, if you are experiencing these tension, if you are groaning deep down because of the weakness of your body, Paul is with you, and every follower of Christ is with you. This fact does not only drive us to anticipate the redemption of our body in the future, it is also where we experience God as we follow His lead right now. Although we groan because we have become aware of our weakness, but we do not groan in despair. We groan in hope. We groan in anticipation. And we groan in the presence of God. So may the Lord help us all.